These are what I call the extra large size Shakuhachi, a Japanese Zen bamboo flute, which are normally much smaller, about this size maybe, and a lot skinnier than these are. So these are called Taimu, and they're made by Ken Lacoste in San Francisco. The making of it, the recording, the costs and the trip involved in the recording, that was all somewhat experimental, and so that's all completed because it wasn't 100% certain that the recordings would come out usable, being as it was in a dripping cave with music read by dim lighting. And so to find a large tunnel that echoed the low and middle range notes as well as this one did was like an incredible discovery. So the inside is just like natural, even though it's an abandoned gold mining tunnel. There's no man-made materials in there, so the dripping sound is happening in there like a cave, but the actual structure and size is a long tunnel. So it's like being inside another flute, playing flute inside a big flute. The album is split about half and half. There are 4 pieces that are part of the traditional Buddhist repertoire. Honkyoku, meaning original pieces, and then there are my original pieces myself. The original meaning my compositions that draw from stylistically from the Buddhist pieces, but also from other sources such as blues. Some of them are just structured long tones, where the main point is just playing the note you're playing, but the mind will tend to wander if you just play the same note over and over. So it's a useful thing to make a simple structure for the mind to have something to get into a little bit, and then you sort of use that as a catalyst to focus on the sound. So some of the budget is post-production, mastering it, which essentially in this case meant a small amount of editing, putting the songs together. And so that was done at Polymorph in Oakland, and they need to be paid. And then the packaging for the CD and the artwork for the digital release involved photography, and that photographer still needs to be paid. Even though they're all colleagues and the rates are quite reduced, so this budget we're asking for is very small for an album because it's just post-production, packaging. Then there's of course making the CDs. And so as a musician, and with the rock musicians that I grew up looking up to, there's a large element of creating your own mythology. You've got a band, and you've got the name of your band and your band titles and whatever stage show and the legends and myth and album artwork and things that go with your musical entity. That's a better final note.